Thank you. I'm David Meyer. I'm the Dean here at Brooklyn Law School, and it's my great pleasure to welcome you to this really very special evening. It's, of course, an opportunity for us to gather and reconnect and to celebrate through our alumni the qualities that make our Brooklyn law family so special. All of this momentum I want to share comes in a landmark year for Brooklyn Law School, in which we are going to be celebrating this fall the law school's 125th anniversary. That's a milestone. And it also comes at a time when Brooklyn Law School's distinctive mission of opportunity and transformational excellence in preparing new generations of lawyers for leadership in society has never been more important. And so in the year ahead, we look forward to partnering with you in celebrating this milestone birthday for the law school, and also in recommitting ourselves to Brooklyn's future as we launch what will be our first ever comprehensive capital campaign. So I'm delighted to welcome you and to thank you for being here and for all you do for Brooklyn Law School, and look forward to joining with you in celebrating our amazing alumni.
I'm delighted to be here with you and delighted to have a room full of alums who are supportive of our students remembering their own histories at the law school. In addition, the support that you provide, funds raised here, right, provide meals during the bar prep program and on the day of the bar itself. Many of the staff members of the law school are on hand for both days of the bar exam at the Javits Center, at Hofstra and Fordham to provide test takers with lunch and support, generously provided by this group here tonight.
For generations, Brooklyn Law School alumni return to the law school to mentor students, help students prepare for on-campus interviews, speak on student organization panels, teach classes, judge at the Jerome Prince Moot Court competition, which is later this month, hire students for internships and full-time positions, and I could go on about your generosity. I love this dinner as it's an opportunity for us to come together once a year to reconnect and to celebrate everything we love about the law school. Now on to the highlight of the evening, our honorees. Each year, our Rising Star Award is presented to an alum who graduated from the law school within the past 10 years and who is a distinguished luminary in the field. The Alumni Association is proud to honor tonight 2018 graduate Ankit Kapoor. Like so many Brooklyn School alum, Ankit had his distinguished career before starting law school. Ankit spent 7 years serving our community as an NYPD police officer in Bedford-Stuyvesant. He knew, though, that he really wanted to be a lawyer, and like so many in this room, had the grit and the determination to make it happen. While he attended Brooklyn Law School as a part-time student, he took evening classes and drove to Bedford-Stuyvesant for his midnight shift on the police force.
Wow. You know, I try cases for a living, but I've never spoken to a group of 300 individuals. But, you know, everyone has their moment, and tonight it's mine, it's Brooklyn Law School's, it's Larry Silverstein's moment. It should be no surprise that tonight is very special to me. I'm going to share with you things that you may not know. We are a family of immigrants. I myself am an immigrant. I was not born here. I came here in April of 1999 with my parents, my brother. I was 9 years old. I did not speak a word of English, neither did they. My parents came here in believing in the promise of the American dream, and I'm proud to say we've lived it and we've accomplished it. Brooklyn Law School was instrumental in my life. The professors, the staff, the librarians, Everyone was remarkable. The school gave me an opportunity to build a life that I could have never imagined. When I came to Brooklyn Law School in 2014, I had just turned 25 years old. I was in my third year as a police officer. I worked the midnight tour in Bed-Stuy in the 79th precinct. I would sleep from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. I would get up, I would come to class from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. I would work 11 p.m. to 8 a.m., and I would do most of my reading between the hours of 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. because that's when the radio was the slowest. For any students and recent graduates that may be here today, I want to share a piece of advice. You have to put down and do the work, and I don't mean in your pajamas from home. I mean, get up, exercise, get dressed, and go into the office and learn from the experienced lawyers that are there. You will not make your way to a podium like this sitting on Zoom 4 days a week, 5 days a week. Looking back at my journey, it's amazing to think how it all started. I began my career as a cop. I'd stand before you as a counselor. Brooklyn Law School made me a counselor. And I'll leave you with something that stayed with me, something that my parents taught me, and then I happened to come across it in Harriet's most recent book, Passion and Power, which I recommend all of you buy. In her book, she quotes her mother, and her mother says, if you can't go through, go around. If you can't go around, go over. If you can't go over, go under. But somehow, in some way, always reach your goal. And that 9-year-old kid who landed at JFK with his family on April 2nd, 1999, reached his goal of becoming the rising star of Brooklyn Law School. Thank you, Brooklyn Law School, for this incredible honor.
In the world of New York real estate, Larry Silverstein is a legend whose extraordinary vision transformed the skyline of Lower Manhattan. He is not only a Brooklyn native, but a 1955 graduate of Brooklyn Law School and someone we are proud to call one of our own. While Larry had developed many important buildings over the years, the $3.2 billion 99-year lease he signed for the World Trade Center in July 2001 was his most ambitious and audacious deal to date. At the time, it was the largest real estate transaction in New York history. 6 weeks later, 9/11 happened. Larry was determined to rebuild the tragedy. His vision included a memorial for those who were lost and a new architecturally stunning World Trade Center that would transform the skyline and revive Lower Manhattan as a thriving residential and commercial destination. For the last 25 years, Larry made this massive and complicated project his life's work. The gleaming World Trade Center towers that now dazzle New Yorkers and tourists alike today are a symbol of the resilience of New York City and the United States. They also embody the determination of Larry Silverstein.
We are enormously grateful for Larry Silverstein's visionary leadership in reshaping urban landscapes of New York City, of course, but of so many other places beyond as well. And we are enormously proud that his story is intertwined with our own in exemplifying the values of opportunity, excellence, and a relentless commitment to the future. Please join me in welcoming Brooklyn Law School Alumnus of the Year, Larry Silverstein.
The entire Brooklyn Law School community for this honor. It means a great deal to be recognized by a place that played such an important role in shaping my professional life. As you heard, I started working with my father when I was a teenager. I went to NYU for my undergraduate degree, and afterward decided to attend the Brooklyn Law School. My thinking was pretty straightforward. I decided if I wanted to succeed in business, especially in the real estate business, it would help to understand the law. Did I have an intention of practicing law? No. But did I want to be a good real estate person, a good real estate professional? Yes, that was my goal. And so one of the great advantages of the Brooklyn Law School was that I was able to schedule going to the classes in the morning, leaving at noon, and being in my father's office by 12:30 and at work. And it was just a terrific opportunity to learn the law, to understand what it meant to be a lawyer and how to function with the thinking of a lawyer. But today, if you want to accomplish something, you've got to be willing to go all the way in terms of expenditure. So I look back and I realize that if I hadn't taken the route that I took to learn to be a lawyer, to give me the capacity to understand, to see through, to appreciate, as a lawyer, some of the things I had to face, but being possessed of the legal knowledge that I gained at the Brooklyn Law School gave me the capacity to understand what was transpiring in those 5 years of brutal litigation. So to Brooklyn Law School, I say, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for making possible the opportunities that God gave me. And simply, my wife said, let's go for it. And therefore, I just want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Appreciate it. This guy's terrific.
This was a bit we get a picture maybe with the
All right, everyone, thank you for joining us for this celebratory evening. I am proud to announce that we have raised over $153,000 tonight for the Bar Prep Fund. So thank you for your generosity in making a difference. And I'm now pleased to introduce you to Roger Grismeyer, class of 2004, who's going to be the next Alumni Association board president as of July 1st.
Thank you. Nice to see you all, including some former students and former professors. Actually, I'm not here to be introduced, though. I'm here to say thank you to you, Colleen, for everything. Yes, thank you to Colleen. So, for those that aren't that involved, none of you would be here having a good time, having drinks, reconnecting, nor would we have the incredible programs that we have through the Alumni Network without Colleen. So we should all say thank you. And Colleen, this is for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you'll all be hearing plenty from me. I do, though, Larry, I got to say one thing, because you will not remember this. 20 years ago, Robin Panofka hired me on his team. And I met you. And I looked at you, and we were talking in our first meeting about how to renegotiate the deal to rebuild the Trade Center. And I said, I'm sorry, Mr. Silverstein, I have to ask you, how does a guy get from Brooklyn Law School to here? And you looked at me and you said, how the hell does a guy from Brooklyn Law School get to Wachtell Lipton? And I was like shocked by that. And then I was like, oh, you know what? And you said the difference between us is time and a willingness to take risks, to risk it all. And I never forgot it, so thank you. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Have a great night, everyone.
Have a great night.